if I was going to say, what are the skills that you need both inside of big companies and in startups now? Okay. Um, what would they be, and what technologies are what we call platform technologies that are affecting everybody? A platform technology is something like electricity. Okay. When we invented electricity, it affected everything. Okay. Well, one of those platform technologies is connectivity. There wouldn't be an Amazon if there wasn't an internet to provide that connectivity for them. There won't be self-driving cars without connectivity between the car and information on the net. There won't be smart homes and IoT things and industry or in commercial applications without that connectivity. And now what's happening is that connectivity is mobile. There's a huge effort that's been building for probably 15 years to roll out 5G technology, which we're going to cover in a lot of detail in the class, that basically is going to enable a lot of new capabilities that we don't have today. It's not going to show up overnight. You'll think you have 5G on your phone and maybe it's a little bit faster. That isn't it. Okay. There's going to be an entire new billing layer. You're going to be able to package communications protocols with products that you sell. It's going to affect a lot of things. And so what we decided to do was to focus the program on connectivity, where connectivity is really about people connecting to people, people connecting to information, people connecting to machines, machines to information. But that all of that stuff happens across computer networks, okay, and communications networks. And so the evolution of those networks is really important, and you need to be able to look around the corner and figure out what's going to happen 4 years from now or 2 years from now in those networks, because A, they're an opportunity in themselves for you to lever into new business models like Amazon did, for example, or that could also be a threat if you're in an existing business and a new business model becomes available because of these new connectivity tools. And so that's why connectivity is sort of the foundation of this. But we're going to be talking about cloud computing. It didn't happen without connectivity. Okay. We're going to be talking about smart cities. We're going to be talking about we'll touch upon crypto things. We're going to talk about artificial intelligence within particular industries and what's hype and what might be real. Okay. We're going to talk about these rollout in these new communication platforms, communications technology platforms like 5G, and what the timeline looks like for that, how you can predict what's going to happen based on what's occurring in standards committees, et cetera. And so that's why we wrap this thing around connectivity to try and sort of bound the technical work we were doing. It's not going to be something that is going to teach you as an engineer to go to work for Qualcomm and design next generation 5G chips, okay, or 5G systems, but it's going to give you enough technology background to calculate the bandwidth that they're going to use, what kind of new things I could do, what kind of bandwidth do I need to balance a finger, a pencil on my finger across the network. By the way, if you try to do that right now on Zoom, it won't work. Those are the kind of things we're going to teach you so that you can figure out when you can actually do that. And then you'll be the first, online pencil balancing or plate spinning guy or girl. Okay.
Right.
So these things are affected not just for entrepreneurs. It's a big deal for existing companies because, well, we all know the cases of the blockbusters and stuff that didn't see it coming and they got replaced. Whereas companies like Netflix, because of the leadership there, they were able to make those transitions. And because we're doing this both from a technical and a business point of view, with the business focus a little bit more on entrepreneurial things like venture financing, launching venture, but also managerial skills such as developing an organization, developing a personal management style, all those things that you would get in an MBA. We were able to, I think, combine those because in the real world, you solve technical problems in the business space and you solve business problems in the technical space. And if you're one of the people that can branch between those two and communicate with the right terminology and the right, way of positioning things, those are the people that we're trying to train. Those are the ones that are going to be the leaders. Typically that happens late in your career. They're the 50 and 60-year-old guys because they spent a jillion years in engineering and then they went into maybe some other general management, et cetera. We're hoping we can accelerate that and give you the skill set you need to jump towards that strategic level decision making, which which is not flying at tree level. You got to get a little below the trees, but you don't have to get down into the roots on the technology. So there's a little bit of math, but it's college math. And at the same time, over on the business side, you need to have enough business skills that even if you're a visionary and you can see something, you could sell your idea inside of the organization, both in terms of what's the change management that needs to happen in an organization, but also how do I communicate the financials? How do I make sure that this is a fundable thing? When does it actually pay back? All that kind of stuff. That's where we started with a board of advisors, and the advisors were all, we had a guy that was a CTO at a Fortune 100 company that's now got his own consulting company, right? And so that's the kind of people we use to give us these ideas. And that's why we chose connectivity, because it's a platform technology. It's going to continue to evolve for the foreseeable future. And it's going to continue to be a platform that creates new business opportunities for existing and new companies.